Hallo zusammen! Once again I went to the Meraluna Festival all in all for the second time. The 2019 edition was equally fascinating and awesome as the first one last year, which I've also made a vlog about. So let's join me a little bit, let's find out which bands I saw live and what I experienced there. Enjoy! In very short, the Meraluna Festival has been a staple, an institution for all lovers of the Black Gothic music scene, which ranges from rather electronic acts over medieval folk music to rock and metal. And well, that's exactly one major reason why I love this festival, apart from its really comfortable medium size compared to other big festivals. While I'm not a part of the Gothic scene or the so-called Schwarze Szene, the black scene myself, and no, those people aren't evil or even satanic in real life, quite the opposite, really friendly people. So yeah, while I'm not part of the scene myself, I'm intrigued by the effort many of these people put in their costumes, their clothes and their passion for music. And if you'd like to find out a bit more about the German Meraluna Festival in general, feel free to check out last year's vlog in the end card of this video. Me and my friends arrived on Friday, August 10th around 11 AM, right when the airfield aka the campsite opened up. Once again, I was joined by my friends Ines, Nurgle and Vuko aka Get Germanized. Among more mutual friends of ours like Linda and Phil, who some of you might recognize from last year's vlog.
Ja, Prost, ich habe leider nichts zum Anstoßen, das ist ein bisschen doof. Das ist irgendwie scheiße.
Einfach deine Stirn, ja.
Ah, ich mag den Phil. Ich hoffe, ihr mögt den Phil auch.
Ich mag
Und die Linda.
Das ist meine Frau.
Und alle. Und das ist auch gut so. Das ist auch gut so.
I once more got to know new people such as the very friendly Lily Idol, greetings to you, and our friends Britta and Marco, greetings to you too. Especially Britta was looking forward to seeing one of this year's headliners, Within Temptation. She even managed to meet singer Sharon Den Adel and take a photo with her. I mean, how cool is that? However, for me, the first proper festival day began with a band I was only vaguely familiar with. Death Stars, a Swedish metal band I only knew by name up until that point. Sadly, I couldn't catch their whole set, but I enjoyed the aggressive yet melodic sound of them. The first full set I saw live was the Corvus Corax one. I guess they can be described as something really typically German in terms of a typically German music genre. Mittelaltermusik, medieval music. Or Mittelalterrock, medieval rock. Similar to many of their genre colleagues, Corvus Corax play various medieval instruments, sing about old myths, tales and mysteries, and generally are pretty well known in the medieval music scene, also in other countries. But the first of 3 bands I was especially looking forward to seeing live was Umf. If you're into the Rammstein kind of German metal and rock music, you will probably have heard of them before. I've also made a video about them as a band and their massive relevance to establishing the so-called Neue Deutsche Härte subgenre, how they became a huge inspiration for Rammstein, etc. All the way back in 2004, their breakthrough song Augen auf and the music video to that single really caught my interest and appreciation, and I followed their progress ever since. Singer Dero sounded really strong and well-versed live, along with a very thick and powerful guitar sound. All in all, a great show with lots of energy and audience participation.
Keiner kann dir sagen, welche Türen die richtigen sind. Mein verlorenes Kind links, rechts, geradeaus. Du bist im Labyrinth. Rechts, geradeaus, links, rechts, geradeaus. Keiner kann dir sagen, wer die Guten und die Bösen sind. Du kommst hier nicht mehr raus, links, rechts, geradeaus. Du kommst hier nicht mehr raus. Lauter, noch lauter, am lautesten. Augen auf, ich komme.
Every festival I've been to before, there have also been a few unexpected positive surprises. In this case, it was the German band Mono Inc. On a side note, I also appreciate the fact that this festival in particular promotes German bands with German lyrics in addition to international artists from the scene. That is cool. And although Mono Inc. have been around for many years now, I didn't know anything by them whatsoever. They play rather mid-tempo based songs with a really fresh sounding mixture of a male singer and a female drummer who also sings really awesome melodic lines here and there. They have sort of an old school type of sound to them, I'd say, without sounding too vintage though. Quite interesting mixture and the biggest surprise for me at this year's Mera Luna festival.
Alles hört auf mein Kommando! Ich sehe euch, aber ich höre euch nicht! Hey!
After Lacrimosa, an indeed interesting sounding band which we weren't too interested in though, the second out of my 3 highlight acts went on stage around 9 PM that day, Within Temptation. I've been a fan of this symphonic metal band from the Netherlands for more than, I guess, 15 or 16 years now, and along with Nightwish and other early bands forming that genre, I consider them a very important piece of the puzzle for the whole scene. And I also consider their classic song Mother Earth to be one of the best symphonic metal songs of all time. Such an iconic and enigmatic Celtic intro, a massive groove following once the band kicks in, and a great, well-rounded arrangement in general. Awesome. This conclusion also applies to their whole set that day, and they didn't disappoint me in the slightest. Apart from the sheer tonal power and their stage production, the rock-like equipment, the fire rockets, the light show with lasers, etc., singer Sharon Den Adel, although she was great back then as well, has definitely come a long way as a singer. I was massively impressed by her consistent live voice, in addition to how down-to-earth and friendly she directly addressed the audience and made us all feel like an important part of the show. Definitely among the best shows I've seen this year. But the Mera Luna Festival is much more than just music. As you can see here, the Mera Luna Festival also puts emphasis on displaying other kinds of creativity and art, ranging from a cool medieval market to unique, massive figures made of steel parts, or even something quite steampunkish like this metal horse. I love stuff like this. We actually spent much of the second and last festival day with packing our stuff, putting it into our cars and spending some quality time at the campsite, before we later went to the really close by festival area, ate some really delicious and unique delicacies like Mexican churros with hot chocolate and vanilla ice cream, which was really delicious, wow, so-called Spanferkel, sucklings, or even delicious honey wine, mead. And even though every person in our group has a slightly different taste in music, of course we still share the vast majority of our musical taste and can agree on certain bands we all like. And one of them, also the third band I really wanted to see live the most, is Subway to Sally. I just love Eric Fischer's voice. I think it suits the style of music perfectly, and the whole arrangements, the lyrics and the overall feel of their material is really strong and powerful. I've also made a video specifically dedicated to them and their music, how creative they work with the German language and how much they mean to me. A more than just worthy festival highlight for me along with the other mentioned acts. I actually didn't see any show that I didn't like.
Heid und Abenteuer stets und ständig fort. Du sehnst dich stets nach der weiten Welt, Süd, Ost, West und Nord. Du willst dich selbst und die Welt verändern, willst gern anders sein. Du sagst, es liegt nicht viel an anderen Menschen, doch du lernst allein. Dein Leben sagst du, wer ein Urwelt und es steht von Freude steht. Wir wünschen dir von Herzen sehr, dass es dir besser geht. Dann wander doch nach Island aus! Warum schau nicht mehr zurück? Warum wir wünschen dir viel Glück? Warum komm wieder zurück? Und ändere deinen Namen, denn verschenken wir die Karte.
And of course, I also hope you enjoyed this little festival vlog too. Feel free to tell me if you've seen some of these bands live too and what you think about them. Also make sure to check out my bro Get Germanized's vlog about the festival on his channel. So thanks for watching everyone, I'm your Vlog Dave, tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.